My peoples, what it do, what it don't. Welcome to Kitchen Gloves. Glad you're here with your boy.
Avocado mashed potato.
What? welcome. We're about to make some Birria tacos. Enjoy. Added my lime to my cilantro and my garlic cloves with my, what else we got? Some avocado. It's really simple. You're supposed to add some jalapenos, but shout out to my mom's and her boyfriend. She didn't want it. She said it's too spicy. And I just didn't feel like making two different types. You know what I'm saying? I just rather go hard or go home. So I went home. It's all good though. It's all good. Make sure, just mix it all up. Keep mixing it. Don't worry, it ain't a one time thing. You're going to have to, perfect it, taste it as you go. It's all good. But this is just my green sauce that I like to make. I, you know, I would say it's a specific recipe, but really it's not. Uh, this is something that I just looked at a bunch of other people's recipes and kind of just added my own little touch to it, you know? Um, I like to do that with a lot of things, including this whole entire meal. Like I like to look at people's recipes and see what's the main thing that's supposed to be in the recipe that everybody's like, no, this is supposed to be in it. I'm like, okay, that's in there. I got that. Now, what is it that they add with their own twist? You got to just watch a bunch of videos and figure that out. Once you figure that out, kind of see what makes sense, what you like already, and just kind of alter it, experiment. Sometimes you get it right the first time, sometimes you won't. It is what it is, you feel me? But don't be discouraged. It's not that hard. Just prepare. Failure to prepare is preparing to fail. Man, so I'll tell you right now, this sauce can be used with a lot of different things. And just look at it. It's so beautiful. Like, if you like this type of stuff, like, I'm telling you, you need to try it. Goes good on your tacos. And in this case, this is some tacos, birria tacos as well. A lot of people just use the birria sauce, but, this is a good add-on too. Now, look at that meat. Just look at that. I got this cut at my butcher at the international market, and they did a good job giving me a nice cut. Now, it's time to add some flavor. I have some sea salt that I am going to dry brine this in for a whole 24 hours, fellas. 24 hours. We are gonna lock in that flavor, create a nice crust when we sear it. It's up to you if you want to cut it up. In this case, I probably should have cut it up, and I only say that because I ended up cutting it up anyways. But it doesn't matter. You don't really have to. It's up to you. You'll see how I did it in just a second. But this is my final touch. I put it on a rack. It's crucial that you do that because a little surface contact on like a cutting board or something while you're letting it sit. You just don't. It ain't gonna achieve the same results on one side. So you definitely want to get a rack so it can breathe. You want that crust to form when it's cooking. So this is the beans, the black beans that I'm making. So good, by the way, but man, does it take a long time. And if you don't have patience for this, it's okay. Just go buy you some. We ain't judging you. I promise you. But if you got one of them family members who always judging everything, tell them to go suck your toes, cause whatever. But anyways, you got to go one by one to make sure you got all the rocks and dirt up out of there. Make sure you get all the broken pieces out of there, because when you want them all to kind of cook at the same pace, so you don't necessarily have to take the broken pieces off, but it is kind of you know a little safer in a way too, because we don't know why these are broken. It may be just broken, or there may have been a bug or something that kind of broke it. May have had little holes in it or something. You just kind of gotta look at everything. And also, where I messed up at is I let it soak in the water before I did any of this. So I was supposed to have went through them first and then done this, because it made it a little bit harder for me to notice certain things. But it's all good. You live and you learn. And it was my first time, by the way. Old Bay seasoning. I did not use that, nor that parsley. Uh, I was thinking about using it, and I just bought it. So comment below if you was gonna use that in your Birria Taco meal, and if you are gonna use it, when are you gonna use it? Are you gonna put it on the meat? Are you gonna put it in the crock pot, the slow cooker, the pressure cooker, anything? Where are you gonna do it on? Drop that below. Man, look at all these beautiful seasonings and bay leaves. All the peppers, everything from the international market. I'm telling you, they got all fresh stuff. If you got one near you, definitely start shopping there. You get better deals. It's just all good. It's just less processed, in my opinion. So look at that, another soak. I let that soak. I say that was probably another 10 hours or 12 hours or so, something like that. I don't exactly remember now, but it's all good. Um, just cleaning that off, just starting from scratch. We're gonna one by one rinse each one of these off. Just kind of doing it right. Don't want no dirt or nothing in there. And also, I didn't show the after on this, but what I did do after this rinse off is I went through and hand picked again, one by one. Actually, I had thought I recorded it, but I just didn't. It's all good. Now, back over here. All right. Now, let's get the cut. Now, if I was to rewind this a little bit, I would have, took my time on cutting it. Cause I just started cutting away, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me just hurry up and get this done. But then I started thinking, like, damn, I forgot. When you're searing, you want to kind of keep it all the same size, So I fairly did, but if I would have just stared at it a little bit longer, I would have found a better angle. But it's all good. So comment below what kind of meat you like to use. You use goat? What do you use? In this case, I used chuck roast. And at the international store, they did not know what I was talking about. But when I mentioned Birria tacos, they was like, "Yeah, I know." and they showed me that. I was like, "Yep, that's it." They cut me a 7 pound. I was like, "Nah, I'm on about 5." They cut me a 5 on point. It was there. I paid $43 for this meat. Now, it's probably like a 45. I mean, excuse me. It's probably like a 5 pound and something, like a 5.5, 5.4, something like that. And I paid 43. But I will say that I found some a little bit cheaper, and it actually kind of looked the same quality, but I'm not sure. We're gonna test that out. But I did salt the insides of these, both sides that you noticed, because I cut them. So, got fuck it. It's more flavor. This is big meat, and that's the way it needs to be. So now you need to have gloves on. This is very important right here, especially because once you handle these peppers, I promise you, they stain your hands. And when I mean stain them, that heat just stays on there. And if you rub your eyes, you would not be happy. You need to make sure that you protect yourself and wear some kitchen gloves. So, I'm telling you, yes. So, let's take your scissors now and cut the ends where the roots is, or roots, whatever you want to call it, the fucking stem. And we're gonna pick out the stems and seeds. All right, that's where all that heat is really at, for real, for real. I mean, if you want that heat, I guess you can keep it in there, But it's already gonna be hot, I promise you. I wouldn't say it wouldn't just be hot. It's gonna be spicy. The more you put in there, the more spicier it'll be. So it's just all about the ratio that you choose. I felt like this was actually ended up being a perfect ratio. That was actually one of my biggest concerns throughout the whole process of me cooking this. I spent a lot of time at the store staring at different peppers and which ones I wanted to buy, because they had a lot of bulk options. And what I got here was kind of like the smallest options. Um, but it ended up being perfect. I have leftovers as well. Some peppers are leftovers, which is perfect because I can use them, for other situations. But man, this turned out really good, guys. So the peppers is so crucial in this entire meal. It's not just the sauce, like it's part of cooking it as well. The meat, when you slow cook it, you're cooking it in this sauce as well. So it just all binds together, and I promise you, this is something that you're gonna love. You don't want to miss out on this. I'm honestly considering making this every Tuesdays, just because Taco Tuesdays, man. If you want some tacos, holla at your boy. Got you. I'm doing 4 tacos for 15, and then if you want the sauce, it's 20, and then another 250. You get the beans. So yeah, another 250. You get the beans, and yeah, you good to go. You got you a nice plate for 20, what, 22.50 plus tax, of course. I'm definitely gonna tax your ass. Um, but man, this is a well worth it meal. It's home cooked. I spent a lot of time on it, and it's like completely authentic in my opinion. If I used goat, it would have been even more authentic. They use ribs as well. Um, so you can just choose your poison. But me, I wanted the chuck roast because I love some chuck roast, and I love goat actually. I or lamb. I don't even know actually. I don't know what I like when it comes to that. I take that back because I know I had some lamb chops, man, and that shit was so good. Goat, I don't know too much about it, so I can't really speak on it. That's why I'm taking it back. But for sure, I know I like chuck. I like cows. It's busting. I know that sounds crazy, but for the vegans out there, sorry. This you shouldn't have made it this far anyways. If you're a vegan and you're right here listening to me, so ha ha, jokes on you. Now, as you've seen, I added the oil. Get you some olive oil. Throw it in there. Throw your peppers in there. Sear it up, and then throw your chicken broth. Let it boil or come to a boil, and then kind of turn it down some. Meanwhile, cut up your vegetables. As you see, I got my onion, a whole onion. I'm cutting it all up in chunks. I don't really need to dice it up. I almost did, but I was like, nah, let me just cut them into chunks. Got my lime. We'll bring that in there later. Let's pull out the garlic cloves. I'd say I used a whole garlic clove on this one. And this is where like the flavor like really hits with that sauce. This is a big crucial part. Meanwhile, them peppers that was boiling, they are specifically we're gonna drain that water and use it later on. So sorry, my brain just was nice. Drained it. Look at that beautiful shot. No soldier left behind. Get the rest of that after draining the rest of the water out. We will not throw that water out, people. Remember, do not throw it out. Keep it. You can use it for so many different things. I'll explain later. And one of the things that I used it for, I even made some rice with this using the same meat later, but made some white rice and used like if I use some jasmine rice, I use 1 cup of jasmine rice and then a half cup of water. I mean, excuse me, 1 cup of jasmine rice. So I use 1 cup of water plus another half cup. So that half a cup, I use that juice from the peppers. It was so good. And man, did y'all see me get splashed? Because that actually was hot. So be careful. Don't be so high. Unless it's 420. Put them onions and tomato chunks in there. Mix it all up. Break it apart if you need to. That heat's gonna help you break it apart. If you can't get it broken apart, then take your wooden spoon or whatever you got and break it on up. And then you just add your peppers and everything else that you needed. All your seasonings inside. As you see, I added my garlic cloves. We're gonna add some cumin ground, some cumin seeds, some paprika. This is when you would add your Mexican oregano, but I didn't have that, so I use Italian seasoning. Don't judge me, but it has oregano inside of it. Just didn't use as much as I would use. You know what I mean? So get your seasons right. Don't be afraid to taste test as you go. That's the luxuries of being in the kitchen cooking. You just taste test. Just don't be nasty about it, man. Like, be kind of smart about it. And don't. And if you're trying to be smart about it, be actually smart about it. Like, don't be smart about it by trying not to be nasty, and then you pour it in your hand, but you just pour some boiling hot substance on your hand, and now you just really hurt yourself. So be smart about it. Right. Now we're adding in this tomato paste. Crucial. Just making sure I'm getting all the seasons in there before I even mixed it up. I could have started mixing it, but I didn't care. It's kind of, as you can see, it's not all the way on the eye. So I didn't want it to be, you know, too much cooking while I haven't mixed it all up yet. Get it nice and mixed. Okay, and as you see, I'm pushed it back onto the getting the rest of the seasons back on there. And that was salt that I added, by the way. More lime. All right. So let's let that cook, boil, however you want to say it. Pour it right in here with the rest of the peppers that we just cooked. And then on top of that, we just add just a tad bit of the water from the peppers to give it that kick, because that's where all that heat is at, you know. So that's the part where you decide how hot it's gonna be. In this case right here, I didn't add it because um the reason why is I'm about to add the way I'm doing it is I'm putting it inside of the crock pot, some on the bottom and some on the top. So once I get done doing that, I can decide how much I need to put in there, because I wanted to use all of that, and I knew having all that water wasn't going to be enough space for this little bitty crock pot. Because look at that. So now it's time to sear this beautiful meat. As you can see, it's coming out nice, nice and beautiful. This is what you want to see. Remember, the meat is very thick, so you want to get all sides. Look at that. So beautiful, guys. So one by one, we're just gonna, or two by two, we're just gonna throw it in there, cook it. If I had a bigger skillet, I could have got this done a lot faster, but unfortunately, I don't. But it's okay. I'm not complaining about that. We will get that over time. I'm grateful to have this right here, cabra. It's okay. But this is a beautiful, beautiful meat. Um, if I could take it back, I would have cut all these thicker for sure. I just the idea in my head, like I rather have a thicker meat because it just retains more juices inside of it. Not saying that it wasn't juicy, it definitely was. It just took a lot longer to slow cook the to get the texture that I wanted. Um, so I I've cooked plenty chuck roast, and making it thicker is definitely the way to go. In this case, I was just going off of YouTube and just looking at different options of how people cut it, and I just kind of freestyled the cut, and it just didn't cut like I wanted it. I cut it way too thin, in my opinion, but turnout still was a one. Figured I'd do a nice little slow mo for you. Got some steak skating around the pan. Mm-hmm. Just making a mess. Just making a mess. Yes, yes, yes. That's how it is, man. When you're cooking and you real deal cooking, like you gotta cook kind of with some speed, man, because you're doing multiple things at once, and it's okay. The best thing you can do is prepare. Now look at all that. Look at all that. Barely had enough space. Got my cinnamon stick, my bay leaves ready, and look at that nice pour right on top of the meat. Could have, had poured it all at once the first time, but I was like, no, it's gotta go on top, to make sure it's smothering it, getting it right. In my opinion, though, if I had an option, if I had more space, I would want it to go halfway of the meat, and included the water. So it got the bay leaves, got the um, broth added, and then which is the juices, by the way, cooked in broth. And I just went up until I saw the last bit of meat at the top right there. I just wanted to end right there because I know that the meat itself will create its own juices. So that's all I did for that right there. And then added some season, salt, pepper, garlic pepper. I said garlic pepper, garlic salt or powder, uh, onion powder. Now it's time to throw it in the crock pot. And this right here is about 8 hours right here, So I went ahead and cooked it for 12, but this is the next morning. It's looking really good. I really wanted to eat it all, but I had to be mindful of, make sure it's gonna stretch and, so we're gonna wait and be patient. Next up is me getting the next up is me making the beans. I loved these beans. They turned out so good. Like if you could just see or just taste how they came out, like oh my god. But first you wanna cut up you a whole onion. As you see, just getting it prepared. I went ahead and diced this onion. Better results. Couple of slices. Boom, 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 boom. Now we dice them up. Now keep in mind, people, gotta you're supposed to knuckle up when you do it. You're not supposed to keep your thumbs out like I did. I just decide to do that every time because I'm just me. I'm me. Okay, add you some oil, some olive oil. Throw in your onions. Throw in some garlic powder, some onion powder. Put in your paprika. Throw in some cumin. Doing a little extra oil because honestly, just to be real, I didn't have no olive oil. That's vegetable oil right there. So the burning point is just a little bit different. But as you can tell, you gotta do what you gotta do. Now I'm just crushing up the rest of my garlics, getting them nice and sliced. Just gonna cut them up and throw them in there and get them right. I'm telling you, this smells so good. Give it a nice stir. I love that pepper, but at the same time, that this bottle in particular just wasn't cutting it for me. But the salt did good. It's just the way it grinds. It just wasn't. So now we add the beans, the broth. Go ahead and use the whole thing. And honestly, you would need more. Uh, in this case, I didn't have more. I used the broth for everything else. Plus, I had this one. So I ended up using some of my water from it's some spring water I bought. So I ended up being okay. So, but what you want to do is put all your seasons in. You want to get this to a boil, and as soon as it starts to boil, you just turn it down low, let it simmer. As you see, I'm cutting up some cilantro, some fresh cilantro. Do the job. Look how beautiful that is. You'll see. You can just smell the flavor of how this looks, man. Whenever it's all put together. I did use some Italian season. Like I said before, it's simply because I don't have some Mexican oregano. But it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Look how beautiful that is. Like, look at that. You can't tell me that don't look good. And I promise you it is. It's so good. That's what happens when you put a lot of love behind something. You feel me? It can happen to you too. So we're just gonna watch it boil up just to show you what it do. Like I said, man, this water will evaporate. So, just kind of keep an eye on it. You don't want to, dry it out. You don't want to burn anything. I did get scared at one point. I thought I did, and I was like, "Oh shit!" But then I realized I was like, it was actually perfect. It's actually really perfect. So, honestly, forgot how long this takes to cook. Uh, I wanted to say it was like a 2 hour thing, but could have been four. I think I did it for two. Um, yeah, it's so good. And this is later after I added more water, I'm sure. You see that water over there? Yep, now it's done. Just putting it inside a container to store it and to have it the next day. Because tomorrow will be the day everybody gets the plate. Yep, yep. And of course, I had to make me a nice little bowl because when I tasted it, I couldn't just not do that because it was so good. I think I ended up making rice that night. Yeah, this is 12 hours, 12 hours in the slow cooker. Now we just pull it off. I would say, in my honest opinion, I've cooked a lot of chuck roast and slow cooked it the same way. This one was just a tad bit tougher than I'm used to, and like I said, I did 12 hours, but I feel it's the way I cut it. That's how I feel, and I knew that from the jump. Like when I did it. So first you wanna heat up your pan, throw your olive oil in, and my what I chose to do was put the sauce inside, dip the tortilla as you seen, and throw the cheese on there. The cheese that I chose, man, that cheese is very good. Um, I will link it in the description, just like everything else. Throw a little more cheese on top, famous sauce on top. You see a piece of what's the name fell in there? Okay, look at that money shot. Oh, wait. And it's making me hungry all over again just watching. Gotta get the footage herself. Gotta do it for the snap.
Avocado mashed potato.
What?
We'll start with the beans.
Should have heated those up more.
Mm-hmm. Delicious. They got a Mexican vibe. You feel me? Mm-hmm. It's so good. No, the onions and cilantro is a must-have with the lime.
Mm-hmm.
I ate the first one, almost forgot about the lime.
Oh.
I got to the second taco and I'm like, damn, I ain't put
I
no
gotta
onions
catch
or
up. I gotta catch
cilantro.
up now.
I was like, I didn't put no onions and cilantro on it. But I was like, fuck it, I ain't stopping.
That shit look good. I'm debating on eating mine right. I'm gonna make yours right now, and I'm eating mine when Mama gets here.
Yeah,
That way,
y'all
she
can eat
feel-
together.
No, no, pero es una comida increíble, deliciosa. No, no, estoy esperando para probar mejor mi otra ración.
Wow.
No, es delicioso. Es muy buena.
Very delicious.
Muy buena.
Spicy.
No, no, pero es muy buena.
It's delicious.
You said it's spicy, so
Yeah.
No, pero
I was thinking
pero-
of-
más de picante, pero es excelente, es excelente. Se lo recomiendo, es excelente. Es muy buena comida.
Mama said it was too. It was
De video.
it was too
No,
spicy.
bicho, pero video.
It's too spicy.
Spicy. I had my
Yeah.
nose
Oh
running.
my god. Oh my god. Dang it. As a bonus, you get stuff like this. I made some jasmine rice, poured the meat on top. I took some of that sauce and, heated up in the pan with the meat, made it nice and flavorful. Man, it's so good. I just want to give out a disclaimer. I'm not a professional chef. I'm just doing this because I love to cook and I love to eat and I like to share my work. I go off other YouTubers, so shout out to all the YouTubers because it's not really just one specific YouTuber that I just watch. I literally take all their ideas and figure out what's best for me. And I'm hoping that you do the same thing. And I hope that you take with this video something with you that you can bring to your kitchen. I just want to say thank you for watching. This is my first real video on this channel. So if you are here with me, come and enjoy this journey with me as I explore the YouTube worlds of cooking. And soon I will have a lot more other things for you guys coming soon to the near future. Everything's planned out. Glad to have you with me. Like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Check any links in the description. Recipes. Everything that you need to know about me and my channel. If you want to donate, please check out the website. But for now, thank you and hope to see you again.